Hi, this video was made to demonstrate how to assemble an evacuated tube solar collector by Solar Supply Canada. What I'm going to do is open up the box, show all the pieces, and then demonstrate how to put it together and load some tubes. As you unload the box, you're going to find some of these things. Those are the cups that the tubes sit in. There should be 25 sets in total. There will be also a package of hose clamps. There will be one header, just like that. And then there will be a whole mess of racking. As you unload the racking, you're going to find a bag of nuts and bolts. It's going to be a piece like this with holes in it. That's for your footer. A piece like this, it's going to be the same length. That's a mid support. There are going to be 3 of these assemblies that look just like this. If you're assembling it on a flat roof, this will give you a 45-degree stand. If it's on a slanted roof like so, it'll be more. So you might have to cut this bar here down, or you want to lay flat right on your roof, you could do that. But this here will give you the availability to change your angle if you want. There are some shorter and some longer bolts in the package. To assemble these A-frames, we're going to use the longer bolts. We're going to just put one there and put a nut in. The size of the heads are 14mm or 9/16. Besides from the 3 frames, you're also going to find 4 pieces that are this size. They look just like that. These are your cross braces for the rear of it. And these are also supports that go on the frame. And last but not least, you will find a bag that holds these clips. If you're installing on a flat roof, assemble all 3 of these A-frames. That would be the first thing to do. The second thing is to take these cross braces and put a bolt in them. And tighten them up. So the next step would be to put the cross braces in the back like we have here. I'll show you some detail. You're going to notice that the bolt head is here and then there's another nut right here. That's a good spacer. Everything will fall into place properly. If you don't put that in there, it's going to be a little awkward. That's the middle brace. On the end pieces, they look just like that. And you can just tighten them up. Oops. The end pieces look just like that. Or they look like that. The middle bracket gets bolted together just like that. You'll notice on each of your A-frames that there's 2 holes here, 2 holes here, and 2 holes up here. These holes are intended to hold the supports in with these brackets. One will go on the bottom, one will go on the top. So the next thing you want to do is basically loosely fit all of your bottom brackets on. Try not to drop them. is always better to do before you get on the roof. In fact, your whole collector could be put on besides the tubes. The next thing you're going to want to do is put the cross supports in. Alright, now that the 3 cross braces are in, there's only 3 more things to do. Put the header on, put the middle support on, and put the foot on. We're going to put the middle support in first. Here it is. And since we have the bottom supports already on and loose, they will slide right into there. This one here will also slide in. And this one here. The next thing you're going to want to do is tie it in with the top support. Now these are designed this way so that the 2 outer pieces, and for the most part the middle piece, if you remove the back cross braces, they will slide in and out. So if you're installing on a roof with 24-inch centers for your studs, or for your trusses, or your joists, you'll be able to bolt these right into the roof, right into the wooden part without putting blocks behind them. So the next thing you want to do is put the header on. It goes in the exact same form as the middle support. Just like that, and you want to put all 3 of them up there. The next part, now that you got your header on, your cross support, everything else done, the very last part is to put the footer on. This requires a bit more work. If you notice, here's the cups. Okay? The cups have 2 lockers on them. So if you look at this, one will go in like that, and then those 2 locking feet will go right in there, and that'll stay. We also have these hose clamps, which we can put in like so, and bring it around, and then you'd be able to lock each one on. If you get a drill with a driver bit on it, they go really quickly. And you're going to want to do that to all 25. We're not going to do that for this video, but I will do one, and there it is. Make sure that when you put this on, you don't put it on upside down. That's a common mistake, and you have to take it off. It's easier to put at least 1 cup on before you put it in, then you know which way it goes. Okay, so if we take our footer, here it is, with the 1 cup installed. Make sure that the larger slot is at the very bottom and the narrower slot is at the top. This will go in the exact same way as the other ones. And there we go. Now, if you're installing this on a flat roof, you'll be able to tighten everything in now. If you're installing it on a roof that is sloped, you're going to want to figure out your spacing before you tighten everything down. So no matter what happens, You're going to want the bottom to be exactly the same as the top because your tubes are going to come straight down. If you line this up straight for a flat roof or with a little overhang, and then tighten everything up, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. So all we have to do now is load the tubes. Okay, so it's time to put the tube in. When these are ready, you'll have all 25 cups on the bottom installed. This bracket here on this one's a little loose, but you're only going to want it on there loosely. If you tighten it too much, you won't be able to remove your caps or put your tubes in. So basically you want to remove all 25 caps, just like that. You're going to take your tube and you're going to slide it right in there like that, and then line it up with line the tube up. Okay. The hole up top. One thing I didn't mention before that comes with your box is a tube of thermal paste. Basically what you want to do is put a little bit of thermal paste on there. It will allow the heat transfer from the evacuated tube to go into the header a lot better. There's a heat exchanger in there. You just want to generously put that on there. Now, the tube itself, for the heat pipe, will slide in or out, so you can actually put the heat pipe in first, into that hole, and then slide your tube up, twisting it so that it seals properly, just like that. And now your tube is installed. After you install your tube, you want to put the cup back on. You're going to want to use a driver or a ratchet to put these on because there's a lot of them. And basically, you're just going to do it hand tight. You don't want to put it so that the tube is under compression. You just want it there so that it doesn't fall out. And that tube is in there tight and it's not going anywhere.